Hey everyone, well it's late Sunday morning here. Got a bit of snow last night, kind of the first snowfall this winter that we really had to kind of get the snowplow or the snowblower out. Nothing crazy, probably don't even need to blow the driveway. It's about 6 inches or so, but we're gonna blow it. But I'm gonna get the 40-30 hooked up to the snowblower, kind of clear out the driveway and my driveway at my house down the road. Dad got the 8130 plugged in, and I think he's got the 40-30 plugged in too. So he got the baskets on the disc all done the other day, so this is all folded up. What we are gonna do yet before this leaves is we wanna do the wheel bearings on the wings, because when the wings are folded up and it sits outside, water sits in them. Water sits in the rim, and then we're assuming that water kind of seeped into the wheel bearings. So we're gonna actually pull the wheels off, probably drill a hole or something, a small little hole to where the water can seep out. Just one of those little things that you kind of forget about, but once you see it, you're like, why didn't I do that? That the disc is all done, we could get the trailer in the barn. Want to get the snow off the tarp. It's supposed to get pretty bitter the next couple days here. It's supposed to get really cold. It's not too bad today. I'm just wearing a jacket and jeans, and I'm comfortable. Well, that was a challenge. I got it hooked up. These slides in the 3-point hitch, you can slide them out to make hooking up easier, but they're C's. So I kind of had to manhandle this to get them hooked up, but I got it. The snowblower I'm using, it's not pretty, it's not big, but we're only using it once or twice a year, seems like, so don't really need a huge one. I think this is the first time I've ever been able to plow snow without wearing a bunch of snow gear. Well, it's the next morning here, Monday morning. Right after that clip, I ended up breaking a shear bolt. The snow was pretty wet, and after that, I ended up having to leave, so Dad ended up finishing the driveway. So the snow blowing video kind of got cut short, but in the shop today, it's pretty cold out, so I think we're just kind of hanging out in here again. The 8100 home last week, and got a new airbag for it. They won't just sell you the airbag. This is for under the seat for the air ride, but you got to buy the whole kit. I don't know how much extra money it is for a whole kit or whatever, but this is the only way you can get them anymore. So we got the 2510 mostly wrapped up. I think we still need to do the rock shaft. We do have the parts for that now. We got the seals and everything, so you can do the rock shaft in the next day or so. As you can see, still dripping oil out of it. But got the muffler painted. We got the tires on. We did end up finding the matching rim. So actually we found that like the next day. We went back down there and looked for it. So got the tires on. Now I'm sure somebody's got a better way of doing these and getting these out of here, but it's kind of trial and error here. I've done it before a handful of times, but it seems like only once every 2-3 years, so you kind of forget how to do it. Well, there it is. Got the new airbag in there, got it tightened up, and the air hose connected to it. I'm just gonna flip the seat over, pump it up, and make sure it doesn't leak before I bolt the seat back down and put the skirt back on.
Just pump it up and let it sit for a day and see if it goes down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even pump it back.
I'm not going to.
The other thing you can do is spray it with some soap water.
The old bag didn't even seem bad. I couldn't really. I tried pressurizing it, squeezing it, and pulling that plug with my hand, and usually they wear around the rings, but I couldn't find anything.
You could blow it up with a blow gun and then shove it in a bucket of water and see if it made a bubble, like a tire.
Right. Drain the oil for the rock shaft, so got 2 really clean buckets, and we can do the rock shaft today. I just put that oil in there a few days ago when I first started this tractor up and went through it, so we want to save that oil.
Okay, now we gotta lower that down and get the seals in.
Alright, so it's another day here. It's really starting to turn into a multi-day video, but that's okay. I got the seat all put back together in the 8100. There really isn't much to these seats, not what I was expecting, because when you buy the kit, there's a bunch of lines and different fittings and stuff. So it's kind of a multi-tractor airbag kit, you know, probably goes to 100 different tractors. But I think the last airbag seat I did was the Challenger, the big articulated 945C, and that had a lot more airlines in it. This is a lot more of just electrical wires. All it had was one airline that ran from the compressor to the airbag, and the fitting around the compressor was leaking, so I pulled that apart too and just redid the airline and everything while I was under there. So pretty simple. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to get your hands under there. I'm sure somebody has better ways of doing it, but I was just under the little skirt there trying to do it. So yesterday I put a fresh coat of wax on the hood and on the 8100 all around. This one always cleans up way nicer than the 8410. I don't know why. I think this one, before we owned it, was kind of stored in the shed a little bit more and taken care of like we take care of our stuff. Where the 8410, I think that one was set out a little bit more before we owned it, but this one cleans up just awesome, always, every year. But today we're gonna go cut some firewood. Well, feels like we have a case of the Mondays today, even though it's Wednesday. But headed over to where we're gonna be cutting some firewood now. So we heat our shop with firewood, and Dad also heats his house and everything with firewood with the wood boiler. So we do use quite a bit, but it's not too often we're going out in the woods and looking for a handful of dead trees to chop down and spending all day doing that. We're actually going to a family friend's where we kind of worked out with him that he's friends with a tree cutting company, and he kind of takes on all the logs and stuff that they don't want to deal with, we kind of chop them up for him because he's also got a wood boiler, and we kind of share it a little bit. So we're gonna go over there and chop up a bunch of stuff and take a dump truck load home to our place when we're done. Got these big monsters out here. The tree trimming place doesn't want to deal with them, so we got these big bars. We can slice them up into 2-foot sections, and then he's got a cone splitter for his backhoe, so we don't really have to manhandle them too much, but we do have to slice them up. So we've got a 661 here. Back from cutting wood now. We're pretty much gone all morning and a little bit in the afternoon. And the 8100 all gone through, that's done. We got the 2510, that's pretty much done. And the combine behind us is, whoops. We got the combine behind us also, that's pretty much done. Just putting on a couple of these side panels. We're gonna get these 3 machines out of here, out of the heated shop, and we're gonna move them to the cold storage building. Said earlier in this video, I want to do the wheel bearings on the wings on the disc because water sits in the rims, and we'll probably drill a little drain hole in the rims also. So we're gonna pull that in here and pull these 3 things out. Seems like we're always shuffling equipment around every few days. On the 2510.